I have walked so far, my blisters grow raw, and my muscles have thinned like a man made of straw. My eyes are all dry, and my tongue is dry too, and of the teeth in my head remain very few. And I stumble and mumble and teeter a bit. Some think this is theatre, an unseemly skid. Can't you see, they say? You're right on the shore. Your journey is over, please suffer no more. And spread out before me like shimmering silk cloth is the liquefied love of Lord Jagannath. Lord Jagannath's form is beautiful, yet it can be confusing to some. What makes the Lord take this form with large eyes and truncated limbs? What in this creation could cause the Lord to smile, to grow larger than a crescent moon? The histories of this form are many, yet one such history is kept secret. It is accessed only by those who are lucky enough to stand in the reign of Mahaprabhu's mercy. This particular history that we will see tonight was shared by Srila Sanatana Goswami in his Brihad Bhagavatamrita. Yet, the structure of this story is based on the second chapter of Srila Bhaktivedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaja's Origin of the Rathayatra. May their mercy flow into our hearts from this humble offering. There is one personality who is very expert at performing limitless pastimes to please Krishna. He roams the universe, finding new ways to glorify the Lord and his devotees. Some may use the word tricky to describe this person, but that is only because no one seems to know where he is going, what he is doing, or why he is doing it. In order to surprise Krishna and the gopis, who are the masters of subtlety and cleverness, this Narada Muni has no choice but to be indirect in his approach. Once upon a time, Narad journeyed to the city of Dwarka. He went with the purpose of provoking the queens into asking questions. These questions would lead to the glorification of, well, you'll see soon enough. At that time, a jubilant festival was being enjoyed in the grand palace of Queen Rukmini herself. All 16,108 queens of Dwarka were there, but in order for Narada to succeed in his plot, he only needed to find Krishna's two favorite queens, Rukmini and Satyabhama.
You, Rukmini, and you, Satyabhama, are so very fortunate to be able to serve Krishna. As his queens, your glories are countless. Who could possibly serve Krishna better than you? I pay my respects to you.
What Narada said and what he meant were two very different things. What he meant was,
Krishna doesn't really love you. He doesn't really want to stay here with you. He only wants to return to Vrindavan and taste the love of the gopis.
Oh, Narada, you are glorifying us, but we are well aware of the hidden meaning of your words, as we have been trained in the subtle art of diplomacy. There are so many of us, and we are very beautiful and qualified in all the arts, but we have never been able to satisfy him.
Satyabhama is correct. When he sleeps in my room, I awaken to him weeping. Sometimes while dreaming, he'll shout, "Oh, Radhika, where are you? Oh, Lalita, oh, Vishaka, where are you?" Sometimes he weeps piteously and calls out, "Mother, where are you?" Sometimes he calls to his friends, one by one, and even to his cows by name. I wish I could say that this only happens occasionally, but I cannot. It breaks my heart. Are we not near and dear to him at all? Why doesn't he call out, "Rukmini, Satyabhama"?
Oh, Rukmini, you speak the truth. Last night he stood in my room weeping while looking out my window, calling out, Oh, Radhe, Radhe. He then fell unconscious to the floor, and I could not think of what to do. Oh, Narada, why does Krishna not look upon us with such yearning? Are we not sweet, not beautiful? We have been trained since birth to be queens. Why then can we not please Krishna?
Krishna once said to me, I never live in Vaikuntha, nor do I live in the hearts of the yogis. I live in the hearts of my pure devotees. Wherever they remember me, I take rest very comfortably there, and I do not take rest anywhere else. O queens, I may not be the best person to answer your questions. Summon Rohini, Baladev's mother. Maybe she can answer these questions that haunt your minds.
Oh, Mother. We know that you were in Vraj when Krishna and Baladev were just babies, and you stayed there for 11 years. You must know the history of Krishna's love for the Brajavasis. We want to know the importance of Braj. What is it about their love that makes Krishna unable to forget them? Even now, after being married to Krishna for over 50 years, we are not able to control him with our loving service. He only calls out, "Oh Radha, Lalita, Vishaka." Why?
What is there in Braj? They do not have any wealth as we do here. The gopis have no ornaments like us, and they are not as beautiful. Here in Dwarka, Krishna has 16,108 queens. We are the most beautiful ladies in the entire world, and our qualities and expertise in everything is unique and unparalleled. Yet, all of us together can never control him. What is the reason? We want to know everything.
Oh, Rukmini, oh Satyabhama, just thinking about Braj and the pastimes that took place there makes me want to weep and weep. Please, just give me a moment.
When Rohini Maya remembered her friend Yashoda and all the gopis, she began to weep, as seems to be an emerging pattern with those who have lived in Braj. But not all those who know the Brajbasis weep from their memory. It just so happened that Krishna's elderly mother, Padmavati, had come to the palace in hopes of pilfering some sweets from the festivities. Being more than 100 years old, she was bent over with her head at an odd angle and walked with a stick.
Oh, queens, heed the words of this wise old lady. This line of questioning is very, very dangerous. Why speak of the gopis and the gopas? They are very cruel, very cruel. Yashoda, she was quite unfit to raise Krishna and Baladev, but everyone knows that Devaki is their mother. Yet somehow, they were worried about my sweet boy Kamsa, so they sent him to Gokul.
Oh, my dear mother, Padmavati, I know who you are. The wife of Ugrasein. And you know not one thing about the sweetness of brunch. You cannot know because you are unchaste. And you are wrong about the parentage of our Krishna and Balaram. Can something that is so high and so deep, that is the beautiful, sweet, pure pastimes of brunch, be revealed to just anyone?
Well,
my dear mother, are you aware that touching but a single drop of Yamuna Devi can nullify even the most heinous of crimes? Unfortunately, that wicked demon Dramila had no such intention when he was prowling her banks and found you. Is this not the unfortunate circumstance that led to this mother having her firstborn son, who we now know as the King Kamsa?
At least I didn't starve my son. Yashoda didn't allow even a drop of yogurt or butter to those two boys. Indeed, they were forced to steal just to survive.
Mother Padmavati, Krishna and Balaram would spend all day herding the cows. Where did they have time to steal this butter?
Yeah, speaking of forced labor, what mother could possibly send two such young boys out into the hot sun all day long herding so many cows? I heard that she didn't even give them an umbrella, and they were walking barefoot on the thorns and rocks of the forest.
You must not know the heart of Mother Yashoda. Isn't it astounding the way the truth can be so twisted like that demon Aga?
The neighbors complained constantly about that boy Krishna, so much so that the embarrassment had her chasing after him with a stick. The cries of little Krishna could be heard screaming, "Maya, Maya, don't beat me!"
Enough. I will not tolerate such disrespectful lies about the pure-hearted Brajabasis, whose every breath is for the pleasure of their Krishna. A person of this nature is just simply incapable of seeing the truth, even when it happens before their very eyes.
Oh, Mother Padmavati, Krishna is so magnanimous that he's allowed you to live comfortably in this city, despite your son's numerous attempts to kill him. Yet, unless I have the answers to my heart's questions, I will be unable to rest. Therefore, please retire to your home so that Rohini may tell us the true stories of the Brajavasis.
Ungrateful.
Now, where should I begin? I will now tell about the sweetness of the pastimes that took place in Brajabhumi. The Brajabasis only know that Krishna is their son, their beloved, or their friend. The queens sometimes think that Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, and they can see his 4 arms. But this idea is never present in Braj. The Brajabasis see Krishna as an innocent boy. He is always dancing, playing on his flute. His turban is decorated with a peacock feather. He was born from the womb of Mother Yashoda. Of this there is no doubt. And therefore, he proudly goes by the sweet name of Yashoda Nanda. When When Krishna and Balaram were still very young, they wanted to take the cows out to graze, so they begged Mother Yashoda again and again.
Oh, Mother, we want to go cowherding because we are Gopas. You, Mother, are a cowherd, as is Father, the king of cowherders. If you do not let us go, some foolish people may think that you are not our real parents.
How can I let you go? It is so dangerous in the forest, and you boys are so young.
He has me to take care of him, Mother. Do not worry for our safety.
Okay. You may only go with the small calves, and only to the nearest part of the forest. And you mustn't be gone long. Do you understand?
Yes, Mother. Thank you.
But Mother, we can't just take the cows. Their mothers will miss them so much. Just as you don't want Krishna and I out of your sight, the mothers will also not want their cows to go alone.
Fine. Just wait here. Let me get your shoes and umbrellas to shade you from the sun.
Oh, Mother, I want to be a Gopa. A Gopa means maintainer, supporter, and nourisher of the cows as their servant. I cannot take shoes when they have none, nor be under the shade of an umbrella while they stand in the sun. Therefore, bring 900,000 umbrellas, and since each cow has 4 feet, bring 4 times that many shoes.
During another pastime, Mother Yashoda came to Krishna upset and chastised him thus.
Krishna, come here. Why are all the gopis coming to me and complaining about you? Have you been going to their houses and stealing their butter?
Mother, why would you say that I've stolen butter? You sent me cowherding in Madhuban in the early morning. So I went there, and I was always with the cows. Now it's evening, so I've come back with the cows. And after this, I will go to bed. When did I have time to steal butter? Oh, Mother, you are so sweet and good. So if I'm a thief, then it must mean because I'm not your son. Either you have borrowed me or my parents have left me here.
No. I'm sorry, Krishna. I didn't mean that. You are not a thief. I'm sorry I listened to those rumors.
No, Mother. I am a thief.
No, Krishna, I'm sorry. I will never say such a thing again.
I hope this illustrates some of the speciality of the pastimes of Braj. But that was just the beginning. There is much more I need to tell you in order to answer the questions of these queens. So we will give one more example. Many thousands of years ago, in a village named Ranavadi in Braj Mandal, a very advanced devotee lived. And he always remembered Radha and Krishna and their eternal pastimes throughout the 8 periods of the day.
Oh, Babaji Maharaj, I do not wish to disturb your chanting, but I am leaving on a trip very soon, and I wanted to see if there is anything I can get for you before I leave.
Oh, Agni Babu. I don't need very much. I was actually just meditating upon the inspiring morning pastimes of Shri Shri Radha and Krishna. And Krishna provides me with everything. Yet, I still have some desire to take darshan of all the holy places. In particular, Dwarka, because I've never been.
Well, Radha and Krishna must surely be looking out for you, because it just so happens I am headed to Dwarka this very day. It would be my honor if you would join me. Don't worry, all expenses I will pay for. Come, let's go.
They traveled together until they reached the gates of Dwarka.
Hello, travelers. Please show us your brand so that you may enter.
Excuse me? I don't know what this brand you're talking about is.
In order to enter the gates of Dwarka, you must receive a firebrand of chakra upon your body. It is then treated with medicine so no scarring occurs. Once you have the brand, you may come or go freely.
Oh, Maharaj, I am so sorry. I forgot all about this rule.
It's fine. I will do whatever it takes to have the darshan of the holy places of Dwarka.
And so he did. He then entered the city and had darshan of many places there. After a few days in the city, they returned to Ranavadi. Babaji Maharaj tried to resume his meditation, but something abnormal happened when he wanted to remember Krishna's pastimes. The pastimes no longer came in his memory, and instead he remembered incidents and persons from Dwarka. He became very, very worried and disturbed, and thus went to go visit his friend who lived near Radhakund to see if he could find a solution for his ailment.
Oh, Siddha Krishna Das.
Go away from this place! I can see the firebrand of Dwarka on your body from here. If you do not leave immediately, then Srimati Radhika will be displeased with me herself. So go. Get from here! Go! Go!
Babaji returned to his Bhajan Kutir like a wandering ghost. His simple hut, not long ago, was a place where the pastimes of Radha and Krishna seemed to dance on the walls when he did his bhajan. Now it was a dry and empty place, like a hollow, dead tree. He locked the door and sat, chanting and weeping. After 3 days, a fire emanated from his heart, and he was totally consumed, so that only some ashes remained. The villagers could not understand why he had not come out for 3 days, and finally they broke open the door and saw all that remained was ashes.
Babaji Maharaj must have been in such intense moods of separation to leave his body like this. Babaji Maharaj must be so blessed. We must celebrate his disappearance day every year. Babaji Maharaj ki jai!
This story illustrated Srimati Radharani's one-pointedness toward Krishna and the power of the mood of separation. You should know that if one performs bhajan of Radha Krishna Yugal and at the same time worships Dwarkadish Krishna and Rukmini, Satyabhama, or any of his queens, Srimati Radharani will have to give him up, and she will say, "Go to the queens of Dwarka." Rukmini and Satyabhama are Krishna's wives, but not his beloveds. Do you know why? Because their love and affection is divided into many fractions. Besides their husband Krishna, each of them have 10 sons and a daughter as well, so their love must be divided. The gopis' love, on the other hand, is not divided. When they speak to their husbands, perform their household chores, take care of their children, their mind is fixed on one thing alone, Govinda Damodar. Their love is compared to a pure flame, smokeless, total, full, undivided, Akhanda. So many pastimes of the gopis of Braja's glories are there that I cannot even express them all in my lifetime. Yet, the answer to all of the questions of these queens can be found in one person Srimati Radhika. Even Krishna himself cannot fully understand her love for him, and in order to do so, he took the golden form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Some say he stole her mood, others say he begged for it. But Mahaprabhu's pastimes will have to wait for another day. I wish to tell the queens one last pastime for today. This is a story of how the love of Radha and Krishna is everything. It may also illuminate why Krishna chose to ever leave Vrindavan Dham in the first place. So please, listen with your whole heart.
Drunkenly near your lotus feet? He has mistaken your feet for a lotus flower and has become intoxicated by their fragrance. But I think he is the most fortunate, for he was looking for a mere flower and instead found the treasure of the entire universe. Oh, Sham, please. He is merely jealous of my proximity to you and wishes to punish me for it. Marumanga?
Oh, Radha, I will save you from this bee. I've chased Madhusudan far away. He's gone and he will not return.
Sham? Krishna? Where are you? Do not think that because you are with Madhu Mangal you can play such jokes on me. Oh, Radhe, I am right here. Can you not see me? Can you not hear me? Oh, Sham, why have you abandoned me? What have I done? Sham, please come back. Oh, Radhe, where have you gone? Have you gone to look for me although I was right here? How have I chased you away? Radhe? Even in times when I am meeting with Radhika, I am unable to pacify the suffering she experiences. The thought that we should ever separate, even for an instant, scorches her delicate heart, and I can find no way to console her. Yet when I am away from her, she constantly thinks of me. She becomes so absorbed in transcendental emotions that laughing, she embraces a tumultree, thinking it to be me. In this state, her heart is somewhat soothed, for in her mind, she is embracing the real me and not a tree. Thus, Radha can only be consoled when I am far away from her. Thus, Radha can only be consoled when I am far away from her.
As Rohini related these deep pastimes, the queens of Dwarka listened eagerly, finally finding answers to the questions that had plagued them for so long. Sitting in his Sudaram assembly hall, Krishna's body was shaking and sweating. Baladev, being concerned, asked Krishna what was wrong. Krishna replied, "I can hear the glories of Srimati Radhika, and I must go there. I must go." So they ran, not like two noble kings, but like two boys leaping over hill and stream in the prime of their youth.
Why do you block our way? Can't you see the desperation in Krishna's eyes?
My dear brothers, I am so sorry. You must understand. Mother Rohini has instructed me to guard this place and allow no men to enter. Oh, dear sister, do you not see that I must enter?
Oh, Krishna, I'm so sorry. It pains me to stop you this way. Please forgive me. But listen, you can hear Mother Rohini's words from here. And so, weeping, Krishna said, and thus Radha can only be consoled when I am far away from her. Thinking in this way, he secretly made a plan to go to Dwarka and leave Vrindavan. And this, my dear queens, is the deepest reason why he has come here and left Vrindavan Dham. The transcendental sentiment that Srimati Radhika displays here is the topmost Madan Bhav. And this emotion is present only in her. In this Madan Bhav, feelings of separation and union exist simultaneously, along with other mutually opposed bhavs, at the same time, in a most astonishing way.
Rohini herself continued to speak as her heart melted. The queens were enthralled and struck with wonder as she spoke, and Krishna, Subhadra, and Balaram continued to listen. Their hearts began to melt, and then they lost all control of their bodies. Hearing the glories of the gopis and Srimati Radhika, tears fell constantly, as their bodies melted with love from the inside out. What remained were the most beautiful forms of Jagannath, Subhadra, and Baladev. Speaking on such topics, Rohini fainted. The silence eventually allowed the three to return to solid form. They then entered the palace room, as did Narada Muni.
Whenever you come around, there seems to be some great conflict and oceans of tears. I'm starting to think that you are the root cause of all these events.
My lord, I do not know what you are trying to insinuate. But my only desire is to travel the universe and spread the glories of you and your devotees everywhere I go. My lord, are you displeased with me?
Narada, I question not your motives, just your tactics. Displeased with you? Quite the contrary. I am so very pleased with you. For this, I offer you any boon.
My lord, I want only this boon. When all three of you melted by hearing the sweetest pastimes of the Brajabasis, you took on a form that is so full of wonder that it could deliver the entire world. My desire is that there will always be an opportunity for the people in this world to witness you in this form and thus melt in the wildfire of Prem as you have. This is my only wish.
Yes. This request is perfect. I will manifest these three deities in Sudarshan Chakra in Jagannath Puri on the bank of the ocean, where we will always remain, for all to be able to take darshan and be granted the highest benediction.
Why did Krishna mention Sudarshan Chakra? Su means very good, and darshan means vision. If Sudarshan does not give us transcendental vision, if he does not help us by purifying our hearts, then we cannot actually see Jagannath, Baladev, and Subhadra. We will think they are made of wood and not very beautiful. But if Sudarshan gives mercy, then we can all realize this Jagannath deity is none other than Brajendra Nandan Shyama Sundar.
Hare Krishna. Golak production ki. Golak Prabhu ki. Beautiful drama. The guidance of Srila Gurudev is relishing this. This is how Srila Gurudev used to speak the pastimes of Jagannath. How Roni Maya describing those Braj pastimes. The glories of Braj over glories of Dwarka. Everyone played such beautiful role. Narad is so soft and mellow. And that was gorgeous. Padmavati, oh. This is the moods. Gurudev used to say, meeting in separation and separation in meeting. Milan and Vipralam, two sides of prem. Bina Vipralambena Sambhog Pushtim Ashrivat. Without separation, there is no flavor in union. The whole purpose, Vaikunt Adya Yeje Leela Nahi Prachar, Se Leela Korivo Jate Mor Chamatkar. Chaitanya Chaitamrita describes that those pastimes which are not even present in Vaikuntha and Golok, which is only in the mood of bhav, form. The Gamana Gaman Leela, going Mathura and Dwarka, is happening here in this home Vrindavan. And the only purpose of Krishna to descend here and go to Mathura and Dwarka is to serve Shri Radharani. That's the only mood. That's the only purpose. So very beautifully they describe this, the Leela of Prem Sarovar. Gurudev used to go there and he used to cry and weep. Prem Sarovar, near Nandagaon, while describing the pastime happened. When Radharani is lying on the lap of Krishna and Madhumanga said, Madhusudan has gone away. The union is there. But in that union, the mood of separation, Vipralambhav in union, that's the root cause of Krishna going to Dwarka, going Prem Sarovar, going so far. Because then Radharani, everywhere, jaha jaha netra pode, taha Krishna spure, Devi Krishnamai prokta, Krishnamai. Everywhere she glances, remembers of Krishna. Krishna enhances her mood. That's the only intent of Krishna going Dwarka, to enhance the mood of Shri Radharani. That means serving Radharani, to please Radharani. That's the Braja Bhav. And also how beautifully Yashoda Maya, Krishna and Balaram came to Yashoda Maya and said, we want to go out for cow grazing. But Yashoda Maya so much concerned. Oh, you need shoe and umbrella. And Krishna, what Krishna said? No, Maya, we cannot wear shoe by serving cows. Cows are our worshipable. And if you want to give me shoe, then you have to give shoe for all cows, 900,000. That's one reason. The other reason is, which Brajavasis, the Rasik Vaishnavas of Braj describe, why Krishna is not willing to wear shoes while going for cow grazing. Why? Krishna is having this mood. My Braj Gopis, they're always looking. They're waiting for me. And they have thrown their heart and eyes on the path of Braj. How I can walk, offend them by wearing shoes on the hearts of Braj Gopi, especially Radharani. Because Anir Man Man, More Man Vrindavan. Vrindavan is the heart of Radharani. I cannot wear shoes. I'm not even supposed to walk. But I can't offend her. Her love means so much to me. So there are so many details and inside moods. This was the glories of Srila Gurudev. As I said today, Yadi Narayana na hoito, tabe ki haito, keman dharitam de. Radhara mahima, prema rasa sima, jagato janato ke. If Srila Gurudev, Shri Bhakti Vedanta Narayan Goswami Maharaj, who took the moods of all Guru Vargas and it described the glories everywhere, length and breadth of the entire world, made everyone understand What is Brihad Bhagavatamritam by Sanatana Goswami? Describe the glories of Radharani only. What is Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu Ujjwal Mani? Only describing the mood of Radharani. Everywhere is Radharani. Whereas what Chaitanya Charitamrita describe the mood of Radharani. And what Gurudev got in return? Some comments. He's Sahajya. Yes. People used to say Narayan Maharaj is Sahajya. And Sahajya means what? One who has Sahaj, spontaneous bhav. Ragatmika anusmritya saraganuga uchyate. One who has spontaneous mood. That's called Sahajya. That's ideal Sahajya. That's the good. Not Prakrit Sahajya. Aparakrit Sahajya. So that's the glories of our Srila Gurudev. Only by his mercy and his blessings, the entire world is coming to understand. And in this way, he served all his Guru Vargas. They are his Shiksha Gurus. Yeah? So we pay thousand and thousand, million, billion times obeisances and seeking the mercy and blessings of Srila Gurudev. May this mood can come in our heart. And from all the Vaishnavas, all seniors, we request to Srila Gurudev to bless all these participants in this play, so they can get blessings, and they should chant every single day, yes, and imbibe this mood in their heart, and in this way, practicing and then preaching this Brajabhav. Gaur Premanande.
जय जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा सुदर्शन जीव की जय। रथयात्रा महामहोत्सव की जय। गुंडीचा मंदिर की जय। गोलोक प्रोजेक्ट, गोलोक प्रोडक्शन की जय। So just name is Golok production, means it produced by from Golok. It is new Braj also there in Golok, Gokul also there. How so deep, so high. It is not also written in our all Vedic scriptures. This bhava, this prema, this realization. Sruti murgyam eva. In Bhagavatam told Sruti means all Veda, Upanishad, Purana, Mahabharata, all are searching to attain this bhava. This bhava, what they, our children, they, and who are organizing to perform this in acting, with the acting. So this is not actually, this is a topic, a subject of to see, to hear, to do anything with our sensual, with our mind, with our intelligence, with our anything. It was only melting the soul, the super soul. It comes like prema sarovar, become liquid and it became a sarovar. Maharaj reminded the Ayuvans in Parikrama, Nityalaya Prishtung Vishnu Pasila Bhakti Vanajanardhana Goswami Maharaj there in prema sarovar. Radharasa Shuddhanidhi. This verse, Anke sthito pidayita kimapi pralapam. Who can understand? Anke sthito pi. She was in love. But it's pralapam. Pralapam means like madness, transcendental madness. She was crying. Ha mohaneti, O mohan. Where you had gone. Madhureti, with her sweet language, with sweet words, with sweet such name, with a full of the separation, Muda Mahabhava, Adhiruda Bhava, how she was crying by Ha Mohaneti, Madhurat Mungi, Shamanuraga. Prabodhananda Saraswati's this word, this name, it's take a longer dictionary to explain. Like Shama Anurali, Madhurangi. So this verse I was present, and I heard when he was explaining this, and Maharaja also, Nityalavta Bhakti Vedanta, Narayana Goswami Maharaj. So I saw they are rolling in the dust by just chanting this verse. You are rolling for the same, the dust open his clothes, and with only to get such dust to get this bhav. Who can understand? Himself, the Krishna, he could not understand. And Radharani, she also could not understand. What about our human, our this jiva, how it is. But, so what is the result? By their such pastimes, such a katha, melted them, Jagannatha, Baladeva, Subhadra, they become like, wow, they lost their limbs, legs and hands, go inside, out, come out with the eyes. So the katha, the power of this Leela katha, Rasa katha, Leela katha, it is changing the bhava, changing their body, changing their everything. So it is actually when bhavuka bhaktas, premika bhaktas, who has completely realization, when they narrated this, then what about our this material body? Material body, our human body have no capacity to take, to accept this prema bhava one drop. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told, Akai tava Krishna prema, jena jambu nadahemo, ei prema nuloke na hoyo. In this human body, this prema cannot manifest. If someone sometime like lightning, it prema appeared, if it is separate, he cannot live, he can be immediately dead, he will die. Nuloke na hoyo, jadi hoyo sanjogo, tabu na he biyogo, biyogo hale na bachaya. Chaitanya Charitamrita in the last part, when he was with this Dibyo Unmada Leela, he was doing, he told, this material body has no such capacity to take all this bhava, this is spiritual bhava. The spiritual body, Sachidananda body cannot tolerate no patience. What about this material body? This is cannot exist. But by their mercy, by hearing this katha, by to see these things, it is a many Puranas has written all these things with the philosophy, with the but we are blessed to see within maybe 1 hour. So many Leelas, the performer with one scenery, they brought all these Leela, all of Puran there. Who knows, they can feel from their heart how it is the Prema Leela. Anyway, it is, if we speak, it will continue like 3 hours or 2 hours, so no problem. Anyway, that is, I am very happy to Maharaj's blessings, because very difficult to perform these Leelas. Very difficult. Very difficult. In Odisha, Jagannath's place, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's, he came to Puri, there was Raganuga Bhakti. I am now translating Dr. Fakira Mohan Das. He has brought all the history from Gopala Tapanya Upanishad, Kannu Shakha. They are worshipping to Radha and Krishna with according the Gopala Tapanya Upanishad. there is Chandravali and both Radharani's Upasana there. Rupa Goswami, when he was writing Vidagdha Madhava Nataka, Lalita Madhava Nataka in one book, then he was in Satyabhama Puru, maybe Chaitanya Charitamrita, you read it. Satyabhama appeared, he told, don't make it together this, don't take it from here. When Rupa Goswami here, by dream he spoke this, then Rupa Goswami understood what to do. When he came to Puri, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, again he spoke him to don't mix this lila, this Dwarika lila and Braja lila. Then he divided to Lalita Madhava and Vidakan Madhava. So Satyabhama is there. Now Satyabhama Purudev, his temple was there. Worshipable, all these were there. Raya Ramananda and all many others, they were there. And Gita Govinda was previously written, Radha Krishna's Leela was there. So, but Mahaprabhu's this Leela, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he came, actually he was in Navadipa. In Navadipa, when he was starting to preach, then one day he was with Bhav, Radharani's Bhav, like same mood. He told Gopi, 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 Gopi. He was chanting the japa doing. So there, who was students, Brahmins who are there, they told, you are mad. Why you are chanting Gopi, Gopi? You chanted Krishna, Krishna. Why? What will you get benefit from chanting Gopi, Gopi? Then Mahaprabhu, with the same mood, he became angry. He told he is a thief, he is a cheater, he has done all this thing you are saying to call him. He went with one stick to beat. Then they started one congregation to against the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to oppose him. That he became, this Nimai Pandita became mad and he forgot everything. He also does not also chanting Krishna Nam, Hari Nam, Ram Nam. He chanting Gopi Gopi Nam. And when we came, he wanted to come to beat. So we go together to oppose him. To same day, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu took decision, which purpose I came to distribute in this world. Now it became opposite. So I have to take a sannyas. Same day he took decision, and after took sannyas, where he will go? That time actually whole India was, except Odisha, all India were ruling by the Muslims. So they are not favorable to religion, to breaking temples, then converting, killing, all this going on. But Sachimata told, I have two houses. You go to Nilachal, Navadipa one and Nilachal. If you go to Nilachal, I will be happy. Then Mahaprabhu started to come to Nilachal, and when he met Jagannath, before see him Jagannath, he fell down with his Radharani's mood. So all these are, they make big pravacana programs also there, but it is completely very difficult to describe, because I hear this from Janathan Goswami Maharaj and Maharaj, all this, and they speak with prem, gada gada by their such voice, with full of ecstasy. When they see, they all melted with their voices. So they need such bhava to enter to realize this. Anyway, we saw this, and by Guru Maharaj's blessings, all they are performing this Leela. But Maharaj told, we must be qualified to keep the dignity of his teachings and his bhava with our practical life, without any kind of lava, puja, pratishta, kutinati, duplicacy, hypocrisy, all these things. Then we are the real his disciples, to carry his order and preach his order and show the example to others. Otherwise, it became only like a entertainment and show. Gaur Premanande. I pray to Radharani and Krishna and Jagannath, Baladeva, Subhadra, and our Guru Vargas, these our future, all the children. So we are already become so old, so we need to them to to qualify them, so they become they become preachers, they become practice, and they will continue this flow of our bhava. May all Vaishnavas, Guru Vargas bless them. Also all who are audience, who are here present, I pray to Jagannath, Baladeva, Subhadra, and Sri our Radha Govinda Vraja Mandala and Khetra Mandala and Navadipa Mandala, all bless us. We can practice and we can preach and we can realize this thing. Gaur Prema
Thank you so much, Siddhanti Maharaj and Bhakti Vichar Vishnu Maharaj, for such beautiful glorification of the drama play tonight. I would like to add many, many thanks to Goloka Prabhu and all of his assistants who helped put this together. I think it's called like behind the scenes. So much more is going on than you can see. And also narrator and all of the players, all the actresses and actors and dancers. Thank you very much. I can feel in my heart how much Srila Gurudev would be pleased to have seen and witnessed. He's here right now watching and smiling, very big, big smile.